What's going on, everybody? My name is Aiden and welcome back to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to be discussing why I truly believe the Chicago Bulls are missing Nikola Vucevic. Now, at the end of the day, the Bulls just came off of a back-to-back loss away from home in a tough road trip with an injury-filled team. And I'm not making excuses here. I don't think the Bulls played well in either of the games, in all fairness. I think the Bulls had a very good half against the Knicks, but didn't play a great game. And against Philly, I don't even want to bring it up. It was just that bad. But whatever the case may be, throughout those moments, there are some moments that we did miss Nikola Vucevic. And we're going to be discussing that in this video. Before we get any further, if you like the video and you want to see more from me, drop a like, drop a follow, and or subscribe if you are new. And let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the Chicago Bulls and do you believe we missed Nikola Vucevic? Now, by no means am I saying that Nikola Vucevic is the perfect player for the Chicago Bulls. And by no means am I saying that Nikola Vucevic doesn't have his weaknesses. And I think the weaknesses definitely frustrate the life out of many Chicago Bulls fans. Again, we can go about his weaknesses all we like, but this is meant to be a positive video about Nikola Vucevic. But, of course, his defense is a liability sometimes. We definitely miss that. Of course, sometimes he's very lazy and just commits the easiest fouls instead of actually trying to go and defend a shot. Of course, sometimes there's miscommunication on the defensive end, and a lot of it is his responsibility as well. Of course, there's no rim protection in the team. I get it. There's weaknesses there. But in saying that, I think there's clear weaknesses without him here that we are sorely starting to understand now. And that is what we're going to be discussing. So let's start off. First things first, I'm going to get the obvious one out of the way. The fact that we don't have a backup center outside of Andre Drummond. Andre Drummond has started for the Chicago Bulls, and I'll be perfectly honest, he has been a very capable center. And in many ways, people will argue we don't miss Nikola Vucevic because we've seen the re-emergence of a very talented and very skillful Andre Drummond on the defensive and offensive end. And I completely understand where people are coming from here. But Andre Drummond has one flaw that keeps him out of games and ultimately prevents him from starting games, and that is the foul trouble. Now, in the last two games against Philadelphia, this has not been an issue for Andre Drummond. For the most part, Andre Drummond gets into foul trouble. And therefore, when Andre Drummond is out of the game, who are we supposed to bring in to help the Chicago Bulls? Well, we've got Terry Taylor. And I'll give all the respect in the world to Terry Taylor. He's done okay in these last sequences, but he's just not a backup center. It's very similar to the Derrick Jones Jr. effect for the Chicago Bulls. When we had Derrick Jones Jr. in the team last season, we played him as a backup center. 2 years ago, we played him as a backup center, and we didn't even use Andre Drummond all that much. You know what I mean? That's not an effective way to use Derrick Jones Jr. We've seen that with Dallas, and that's not an effective way to kind of let Andre Drummond sit on the rotation, just kind of waiting away for the Chicago Bulls, you know, just not playing any games. But with Andre Drummond starting now, our backup center is not an actual backup center. He's more of a 4. And Adama Sanogo, many people like and respect, and maybe he can get back into the lineup or can start getting into the lineup a little bit more and showing what he can bring to the table. But a lot of people don't feel he's ready for that. So altogether, who do we have? We don't have that much, ladies and gentlemen. And that will bolster up the bench once we get Nikola Vucevic back. Now, I truly think there should be a conversation about who starts for the Chicago Bulls. But I know for a fact that Vucevic is going to walk right back into the starting lineup, whether we like it or not. So at least in that regard, whether Vucevic comes off the bench or starts, our bench gets better. It's as simple as that. That's the biggest positive to take away from Nikola Vucevic returning to the Chicago Bulls. Not only will our bench get bolstered up in depth, whether it's Drummond coming in and doing what he does, getting double-doubles on the bench, or whether it's Nikola Vucevic coming off the bench and providing a better scoring depth, which our bench sorely lacks, the bench gets better. No matter how you see it, no matter who you put there, the bench gets better. So these are a couple of things to mention there. We don't have much on the bench, and when you get Nikola Vucevic back, the bench gets better, and that is something we desperately need. Let's move into number 2. I think we are missing Nikola Vucevic's ability to pass the ball. Now, it's great to see Kobe White get 8 assists in the last game against the Knicks. It's great that the ball movement is still a primary factor in the Chicago Bulls, but I think we are getting fairly stagnant and difficult shots on offense. Our shot selection, in my opinion, has not been great as it used to be. And that is because I truly believe Nikola Vucevic does provide a threat in the paint that teams respect highly. And that allows for other guys to get open shots from the perimeter. And that allows for easier shots in the paint as well from other guys. Vucevic can work in the post. Yes, he's had a rough year about it, but people respect it enough to guard it. Same with the three-point line and Vucevic as well. He's having an off year from the three-point line, but when he's able to shoot the three, in games that he does shoot the ball well, it's a very good threat to have offensively. But when Vucevic is in the post, when Vucevic is in a pick and pop and he sees a dive cut, he is one of the best players in the league at the center position to get that pass to somebody else. He's very good at passing out of a double team as well, finding the open man. He may not get the assist for it, but he might get that pass to an assist. Or maybe he does get the assist for it. Anyway, Vucevic is a heck of a passing center. And that is something that we sorely do lack. I don't know the assist numbers to back it up, but I don't think our assist numbers for the most part has been that high without Vucevic in the lineup. And I think that extra 2 assists per game, that extra hockey pass is something that could be very valuable to the Chicago Bulls once he's able to return. I ultimately think as well the pick and roll threats are usually better with Nikola Vucevic. The ability to shoot the mid-range shot and the pick and pop as well is very, very nice. There is loads of things that we're missing with Nikola Vucevic. Here's another thing that we're going to be missing with Nikola Vucevic, and something that we could get once he comes back into the team, and that's an extra set of rebounds. There's nothing better, in my opinion, winning a basketball game than going to the box score, seeing Nikola Vucevic get 12 rebounds, 10 rebounds that game. Then you move to the bench and Drummond is not that far behind him with 10, 12, 8, whatever the case may be, just getting a little bit more rebounds. And all of a sudden, the Bulls, a team that doesn't often win rebounding battles, begin to beat teams in the rebounding department. And again, it's a team effort rebounding. We've been dominated on the offensive glass recently. Only Andre Drummond seems to get offensive rebounds these days. But whatever the case may be, getting an extra set of hands on the glass, being able to box out, that's something that Vucevic is not afraid to do. Yeah, he has his weaknesses and liabilities on the defensive end, but defensive rebounding is not one of them. He is a very good defensive rebounder. He has been his whole career, and that is why we are going to miss. We will miss Nikola Vucevic and his rebounding. And these are things that we do miss. There's a couple of things. Again, I'm not going to call Vucevic a perfect player, but you're starting to understand some of our weaknesses here. Some of the weaknesses that we do have is because Vucevic is not in the lineup in any way, shape, or form. And that is something that I cannot wait to get back for the Chicago Bulls. Now, will it be perfect? No. Will Vucevic frustrate us? Absolutely. When he misses post hooks, people are going to get upset. When he misses open threes and he's 2 from 7 from the three-point line, everybody's going to get upset. Instead of trying to block a shot when he just hacks someone and gets a foul call, everybody's going to be upset. It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to, I guess, make us a championship team or anything like that. It's not like we've lost an MVP caliber player in Nikola Vucevic, but we've lost a fantastic offensive-minded center. And what has been our biggest problem for the Chicago Bulls as of late? The offensive end. It has been offense. Offense is our problem right now. It is simple as that. Go look at the previous games. The Knicks, we scored 100 points. The last game against Philly, we scored 95 points. And I believe even the game that we won, I can't remember who was against at this point, but we won a game before that. Again, the points tally was low. Philadelphia, again, I think it was like 114 points or something like that, which is actually not too bad. But offensively, it's been our offense. And I hope we can change it and turn things around. And it's not just Nikola Vucevic that is making our offense struggle, but I definitely think he can come in and help things. Let's wait and see. I guess for the next video, we should talk about Zach LaVine and what we missed with Zach LaVine, because there's also potential that he could return for the Chicago Bulls. And I know that video is not going to make many people happy, but we'll leave that for another time. Thank you for watching. Drop a like and a follow and or subscribe if you are new. I will see you in the next Chicago Bulls related video. Have a wonderful and safe day. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay tuned for more. Take care and peace.